Dave, coming into this season, you guys set the goal of getting back to the World Series. You now find yourselves in a situation in which you're one win away from doing that. When you reflect on kind of this postseason in specific, what you've been seeing and how this group has really come together, how does that prepare you all for this game to hopefully close out this series tonight?
I think, I think it all started certainly in spring training with this year's club. Being prepared for this moment. I think it's kind of what we kind of see the season is it doesn't matter the circumstance, the situation. We have a certain way of approaching each day. And so, from the first game of the series, first game of the postseason versus being up 3-0, it doesn't change kind of our outlook on today. We're trying to play good baseball and win a game. When you're winning, you're trailing, we sort of have that same mindset. And so I think that consistency of kind of thinking and preparation, put us in this position. But we realize that there's a lot of work to do and those guys aren't going to lay down, and we need to, have Shohei pitch well today and get some timely hitting and, put these guys away.
Kevin, fourth row on the left.
Dave, thanks again for your time. Justin Dean has had a very defined role in this postseason. In fact, you pinch hit from the other day. He didn't get a plate appearance. Why was that? Would you like to see him get a plate appearance? And do you ever reflect back on your experience in 2004 where you played 3 games and didn't get a plate appearance?
I had a defined role. He has a defined role. He has a very plus skill set to play center field. And I feel that having him in center field makes our overall outfield defense better. But I think that if there's a chance to, have him bat, it's probably unlikely, but it's not impossible. It's a defined role, and I think that with he just raises the floor for our defense.
Let's go to Barry, second row on the left.
Hey, Doc. The two quickies. When you go back to the pressure of repeating, what's more pressurized? Actually winning last year or trying to repeat this year? Is it all the same?
I would say winning last year. I think this is something that can't win the second one until you win the first one. We're very focused on winning this year. And I do think that it's still a different ball club. We're trying to win this year, and in totality for the Dodgers, it's back-to-back. We're trying to win this year. So our only concern is winning this year. But, yeah.
And when you go back to spring training and all the injuries, where you didn't know what was going to happen with Kershaw, Otani, everybody was in Sasaki, everybody was kind of in flux. And you had guys in different stages of rehab. For it to all come together at this point, late in the season and into the playoffs, how much of that was by design and how much was it by luck, or was it both?
I would say it's more by design. Luck in the sense of that none of those injuries that you referenced were season-ending. Some were. Whether it's Gratterall, whether it's Phillips, other guys that we've had that are season-ending. But I think to those guys specifically, I think it was a situation we had to be cautious, and you have to be willing to take a chance on having guys come back to full health and not pushing them to kind of use them in the regular season more. So I credit, the entire organization for having the depth to overcome it, and the players and the staff and the training staff and all this stuff to kind of allow those players to get healthy at the right time.
Let's go to Bill on the aisle right in the
Hey,
middle.
Doc, what do you say to critics who say you're buying a championship?
There's always critics. I think that we're in a big market. We're expected to win. Our fans expect us to win. I can't speak to what revenue we're bringing in, but our ownership puts it back into players, a big chunk of it, which I know that's the way it should be with all ownership groups. Yeah, I would argue, yeah, I don't want to get too philosophical on ownership, but I do think that, trying to be a competitor, as Mark Walter and our ownership group is, that's what you want. I mean, I would think that that's what sports fans want from everyone, to get the best of their team, and I think we do as good a job as anyone.
Let's go to Fabian in the middle of the left side.
Yeah, Dave, acknowledging that winning this year is of utmost importance, like, if you guys do win, how much thought have you sort of put out into what the historic nature of what you guys have been able to do here, and especially to possibly win 3 titles in 6 seasons, what that would sort of stand all time for what this organization has accomplished?
Honestly, I don't get too far ahead, but pose the question. It's remarkable, could be remarkable. It's a great organization. To kind of be looked at in that vein is amazing. But like I said, we're focused on 25 and let the reflection happen later, because that's what it is once it happens, reflection. So right now we're in the mode of getting the job done, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
Got 2 in the back on the right side, Nobu, and then right behind.
Let's skip. Is Rocky available tonight?
Yes.
He's ready.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Dave. In the scenario that you end the series tonight, how would you take almost a week of rest for the next step?
We've had experience with that. I don't know yet. I think that right now we're just focused on tonight, and nothing is guaranteed. We got to play well, and if that happens, I'll get with the coaching staff and we'll figure out the best way to prepare. But right now, I truthfully am just thinking about winning tonight.
Let's do second row on the left side here.
Hey, Dave. 21 years ago today, you made that famous stolen base.
Long time ago.
Yeah. You guys are down 0-3. Now you're up 3-0. How much you got to be careful on those one play, one moment, and then things flips up.
Yeah. I mean, it's certainly better to be up 3-0 than down 3-0. Anything's possible. You still got to play out the series. I do think that we have the mind to put these guys away tonight, play our best baseball, don't give them any hope. And 21 years ago, we found some hope and kept going. But yeah, I definitely don't want history to repeat itself.
Let's go to Clinton, second row.
Dave, Kike said that as a teammate, you can kind of take Mookie Betts for granted because he's so good at everything, so to speak. But now we're in a situation where Derek Jeter is critiquing his jump throws. Just from a strict baseball standpoint, can you talk about the development of when it was, okay, we have to do this versus this guy's definitely the option we want?
Yeah, that's there was we needed it. We flipped Gavin Lux from shortstop to second base, and Mookie was open and willing to help the ball club. And seeing where he's at now, trusting him, in any spot, making that, play in the 6 hole. Yeah, I mean, I marvel at it, and it is easy to take that player for granted. And, you see the way he started the season offensively, and to never make an excuse, to continue to play defense, to grind, and to kind of right his season offensively. Remarkable. But I think that's it's a lot of talent. It's a high character person. And yeah, I mean, there's a reason why he's got 3 rings already and a bunch of hardware.
Let's go back to Kirsten.
Dave, you've talked about learning Shohei Ohtani, the pitcher, this season, and just the compete that he has on the mound. With a guy like him taking the mound tonight in a situation in which you all could close this out, moving on to the World Series, how special is that for him, and just how much, confidence do you have in him being that guy to take the ball today?
Very confident. I think this is his opportunity to make his mark on this series. And so we're going to see his best effort. And so I feel good that he's pitching for us. And there's going to be some serious focus and compete tonight.
take two more, carry, and then we'll finish up with
Dave,
Eric.
was there an event, a game, a bus ride, something that really, truly locked this team in with its sense of urgency this season?
I don't know. I do think that, you know, that Baltimore series was a point I think that we started playing better baseball. But, you know, whether it's me talking to players, them talking, you know, amongst themselves, understanding where the schedule is at, we needed to kind of tighten some things up. And you know, I think the last, you know, from that point in time, I think that overall, I think the win-loss has been really good, and just the quality has been really good of playing baseball. But I don't know if it was any bus ride or team flight or anything.
We'll finish up with Eric on the far right.
Dave, given that Otani hasn't pitched since 13 days ago, and it's like, I think 2 starts in the last 30 days, are there any limitations on him at all, pitching-wise tonight?
No limitations. I expect him to be good. He's built up to, you know, he can throw 7 innings. I think that I feel comfortable, if it looks right, to getting him, you know, to 100 pitches. So I think that's kind of parameters, soft parameters probably.
All right, thanks, Dave.
Thanks, guys. Yep.